Ta-da! Good morning! I am excited, and you can see why. In my last video, I showed you the red loot boxes and the Halloween masks. One of you commented that you had no luck getting the Vanduul mask. And I have a feeling that the loot tables have been significantly adjusted, and these masks have become very hard to find indeed. Before I get into that, though, I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming 3.18 version of Star Citizen. This was put into Evocati for a short test a while ago. It is now out of the test. They got the information they wanted. There is no chance of 3.18 being out in time for the Expo, which is going to be coming up. That is not a surprise to me at all. The Free Fly upcoming will get a patch. We are currently in 3.17.3, and we are going to be getting a 3.17.4 in time for the Expo. So expect that. Do not expect 3.18, which will have things like salvage, until they're saying the end of the year. Now, CIG does like to put a patch out just before Christmas. I'm not a fan of that because normally a patch comes out, there's bugs with the patch, people are away from Christmas, and we just have to suffer and wait for them to fix them. And such a big patch is what's coming out with 3.18. I'm going to see a lot of issues, I'm sure, coming up that are not going to be fixed until well after the Christmas holiday when everyone's back. So, regardless, it may be pushed back later. 3.18 may be pushed back until the new year. I am unsure about that. But as it stands, 3.17.4 is coming out. There's also the idea that there's going to be another ship straight to flyable. I'm not going to be surprised if that is the case. I heard that it might be a Drake ship. I don't know what kind of Drake ship it'll be, what you might want to see. Honestly, what I would love to see is something from Drake, like an alternative to the Rock, another rock mining type vehicle. I know a lot of people would love a flying one. If that was ever the case, I think it would be a little bit overpowered, but maybe an open cockpit with no Quantanium drive, so it's still only being used on the surface of a planet. Maybe even half the SU of a rock, just to make it less overpowered. That'd be kind of a cool thing. That, now that I'm thinking about it, would be something I would like to see. But that is currently not happening as far as I know, not in the plans, and really nobody knows what the new ship is coming out, but there's going to be a new ship, I'm sure, coming out, as well as other announcements, possibly other concept sales coming out in time for the Expo. So we're going to get back to looking for the Vanduul mask. So on top of the mask being suddenly so much harder to find, there's also a large number of players now shooting into the armistice zones, ramming other ships. Griefing in general, I've noticed at different point of interest, have increased. Overall, after my last video, I started keeping track of how many crates, how many red boxes I checked before finding the Vanduul mask, and I'm going to get into that later. Despite the issues of other players, my biggest two challenges were monotony and the killer airlocks. The number of times I was either injured falling downstairs or forcibly ejected out of a door as I tried to enter. Mostly on moon gravity, those airlocks are killer. This video is on the last such ejection. I was tossed further than ever before, so high in the air that I almost had enough time to open up OBS, get it running, but not quite, so I finally hit the ground just before I got the video running. I almost restarted, almost gave up on that run, but decided to try a corpse recovery. And so that's what this is here. You can see I'm calibrating, I'm ready, and off I am going back to Ita to recover my corpse. So when we get there, you're going to be able to see how far, in fact, I flew before I got it. So coming in now to Ita, and you can see that red marker is the corpse marker on there. Now, I was unsure if I was going to get my gear back, but I just basically had a undersuit and a helmet. I've been getting a lot of undersuits and helmets from this location. One of the main reasons I decided to try and come back is just because I actually had two med pens also in the ship that I was going to leave at different locations. So anytime I was taking injury from those doors that I was talking about, I would then be able to give myself a little bit of heal in case I needed it. So I'm heading over to Woodruff here. This is where I was ejected. And you can see the red course marker makes it kind of easy to see where I'm going. So we're out of warp, just waiting to be able to get back control of my ship. 22 kilometers out. We're going to go and see what happens. See if we can find my body and loot it. And this is what you need to do if you're trying to recover if you're trying to cover your body after you've had a bit of an accident. So 16 kilometers away now. Coming on in, 15, 14. Flying at about 658 meters a second. Plenty of time to slow down. My landing gear's already out. I'm trying to remember still to do that before I land. And so I've taken the cutty here, and you can see now a ship's popped up. That ship I'm not worried about. That is my Aurora. So it's there, sitting beside the point of interest, and my body a little bit away from it. So coming in here, kind of dark, so you can't really see well, and I couldn't see my corpse, so I could just see the marker on the ground. But look at how far I flew. So I'm going to slow down here and kind of show you. Here's my body, right down there. That's where I landed, on the other side. And right over here, right there, is where I was ejected out. That is the airlock. That is my body. That is how far the airlock fired me into the air. So, ridiculous. I was so high as well. I knew 100% that I was going to die. I should have actually just started to take my armor off and put it in local, but I figured when I landed, I'd be recovered. Now, you look here, as I'm getting out, you can see my bare arms. I'm still wearing my gown, so I'm going to put on an undersuit. I got all these to choose from. These are all different undersuits I found in the loot crate, so I was looking. Look at all the helmets that I have access to, so let's put this one on. Why not? A nice mandible helmet there. Open our doors. We're going to leave our cutlass. Now, I wasn't using the cutlass too much for looking for items because the reclaim time, there we are. That time it was just low gravity and a ramp basically knocked me down, shaking my head. I didn't use the cutlass because the reclaim time is not nearly as fast as like an MR or the Nomad. So I'm going to go get my body now, heading on over there, another 50 meters away. By now I'm realizing it's gone. There's no body there to loot. There's no gear or anything. If this happens to you and you want to get rid of this marker, you just hold down F and right click and you're going to get your inner thought wheel. Then dismiss corp marker, you can see there. That's how you get rid of it. It is now gone. I don't have to worry about that. We're going to head into the area. We're going to do some looting. So now that I'm here, I'm going to do a little bit of looting, getting some goods. So the Aurora now, I will fly to the next location. My plan is to go there and drop off 2 med pens at the other location. So I'm at Woodruff, so whatever the other one is. My brain is already turned off. Ryobi? I can't remember the name. Anyways, that's where we're going to go. Also, my Aurora looks weird. I'm wondering if I forgot to put the landing gear down, but that is not the case. When I get closer, you will see the landing gear is indeed down. There we go. Just needed to like remind itself that it was standing. So I'm going to go check out this location back here. I haven't done this one yet. Before my death, that's where I ended up. So I'm going to run into here and give it a go. Really hopeful that this airlock lets me through without any issues. And it did, which was a shock. On the moon, as I said, the airlocks were ridiculous. So figured might as well loot out here while I'm here. Check all the areas. There's a gray box there I'm going to ignore. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. Not a lot here. There's a red box. Let's go check this box out. And look at that. Vanduul mask. I am excited. So after all that, after almost giving up, got some more undersuits, got some Vanduul mask. That is what happened. That's what it ended up being. It was in that crate. So you can see here, those are some of the masks. I tried to get a bunch of masks to Everest Harbor. I had someone shooting into ships as they were landing in Everest Harbor, firing down into the hangars. I had a lot of people flying kamikaze-like through all the armistice zones. I lost about maybe 2/3 of all the masks and gear I found to kamikaze attacks and the like. But I'd thought, I'm going to bring some of the gear over. So right now, we're going to try this mask on. But before that, let's go look at some of the masks that I was able to find. So here we are back in Everest Harbor, and this is where we're going to look at some of the gear that I ended up getting. Now, I didn't get everything that I found back up to Everest Harbor due to some unfortunate circumstances. This is only a small amount of what I've managed to get. But if we look here, sustenance, I brought a bunch of drink and food back. Now, really, the cruise is the way to go. Red cruise, better than all the others, in my opinion. Tastes the best. This gives you back hydration and food, so it is pretty much all you need if you can get a lot of that. We've got, what's this? Oh, arc light pistol battery. Okay. Utility, I got a bunch of med pens here, lots of modules for the multi-tool, a lot of multi-tools, and lots of med tools. So we found a lot of those. I brought a bunch of them back, and this is Not even a small amount of what I could have got had I opened more of those gray containers. Weapons-wise, mostly quick flares, which I had out there. Mostly pink, a few different colors. Clothing-wise, some pretty cool clothing. Lots of different boots and gloves and hats and pants and coats. Quite a few different things that you could wear. I thought these were cool, but really these are more something to sell. If you're looking to make money, clothing, especially jackets, are a good way to sell. Undersuits. Look at all the cool undersuits I got. So we got the basic white, but even not only that, but we have like this one here, which is not the basic white. This is a different one. The basic white one looks like this with the weird... Oh, why can't I get that to work? With the weird in third person metal nipples. Something to remember about. This one, a nice teal one here. Some really cool looking ones. Some really flashy looking ones. This one I think is cool. Kind of the retro motorcycle look. Kind of like Ant-Man a little bit. Yeah, purple. This one's kind of cool too. I like that one. That's a neat one. Cool, cool, cool. All of these undersuits. Bright orange, some red, some purple. Look at all these cool. This one's got like little pouches on it. That's kind of neat. An RSI one. So what one is this? The Odyssey undersuit. We got the beacon. We got some force flex. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff there. But really, what we need to do is look at the armor. So armor is where it's at. We're going to start with the backpacks. I did find this backpack. So this Morozov, what is it called? Morozov CH backpack terracotta. It's the only backpack I found in all those red containers, but I got that one there. We got some leg armor, some pretty cool looking leg armor here. A bunch of different types of leg armor. Plenty of cool armor there. We got the arms. Now these ones, I will say, these ones here, the Morozov SH arms, I don't think those have any value. I think those are the ones when I've tried to sell, they don't sell. They just have a zero value. But lots of armor here. That's kind of cool, kind of handy. We got some cores here of various types. This is the one with like a cape on it. You can see that was a cool armor there. So we found that in the loot crates there. All this really cool, but this is not what you want to see. You want to see the helmets. And so let's go check out all the helmets I got that I managed to bring back to the Everest Harbor Station. So there are more helmets out there, plus a lot were destroyed, but we have a bunch of cool ones. So if I look at this here, we got like the Horizon ones, we got lots of those. Lots of Novikov helmets. Now Novikov helmets are great because you can sell those and make a lot of money. Let's find what's kind of interesting. This one here, the Defiance Desert helmet, is kind of a cool looking one. This is not a good place for me to be standing. Let's go into the light. Let's get seen. La la la. Slightly better. So that's a cool looking helmet. I do like that one. That's kind of a cool one. What else do we have here? We got the Oracle green helmet. That's a nice helmet. That one I found quite a bit of before. These Paladin helmets are really cool. They have the cool kind of like wider brim on the eyes there. Of course, the new version of the Neville Lott helmet, the Hill Horror Reborn, with the green right here around the mouthpiece, the darker colors there. The Vanduul mask, which of course we'll see more of by the end of the video, but look at that. What a cool looking mask. Very happy to find that one. Finally, the original Hill Horror, which I already have from the last two Halloweens. Once again, the red and the brown color there. Let's see what else. We've got these cool Calico helmets, the tactical and the desert versions, both very similar. Kind of a cool strapped on Jason meets Freddy type mask. This one, which is cool, if I had the right armor, it has the cowl on there. This one, a lot of you may have the Balefire helmet. I believe that was the last expo, may have had the Balefire helmets on there as well, as like a giveaway for the expo. We have some of the Codillo helmets with the glowy fin on the back. You can whistle and get an arrow to fly around with one of those. This is cool. So I have both the pink Star Kitten helmet, and I found a white one, which I don't see here. I found a white one somewhere. We have the Azlatan helmet. What's this called? Aztalan helmet. That's kind of a cool one. Never even looked at that one before. That's cool. I really like that one. That one, I'm gonna be sad to leave during the next wave. We have another Codillo. This is a Codillo Wildfire, kind of a nice red one. This is one of the Halloween masks, which I do not believe is going to be part of ones being attributed to your system once the patch happens. This is one of the hats. You notice the little little eyeballs kind of flop around on it. It's got like the weird like stuff coming through, kind of a skull inside. That's a cool looking helmet. Anything else here? Oracle base. Let's go to the next page, see what we got there. We've got this one. This is one of the helmets with the little horns that come out, the little like glowy horns. Those are cool. I gave away one of those on my site a little while ago, so I might be holding more giveaways for things like helmets like that. We have another, the mandible. This is Sandcrawler version, so it's kind of like the gold color there. Where is the white Star Kitten? I don't see it. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's still wherever the other Star Kitten's helmets were. But I did find a white Star Kitten. Well, there it is. White Star Kitten. That's kind of a cool one. I like that one a lot. That looks really cool. Also, I found one of the newer Pembroke helmets. The ones that are very covered in the face. Which I don't see here. I don't know where it is. But I got one of the new Pembroke ones. They were kind of cool too. So there's the pink Star Kitten. There's like the whiter one here. Sally helmet. This one is Star Kitten. Another. Or is that the one I was already wearing? That was the one I was already wearing. Where is the Pembroke helmet? So there's the same Parasite helmet. We'll do one little last look at this side here to see if I could see it. It might be one of the ones that were lost or left behind. But it's a cool helmet. I won't be able to put it on anyways because I'm not wearing the Pembroke undersuit. But it was a cool find. I was happy to find that. Since I normally only find Novikov helmets and not the Pembroke. But look at this. This is just the red crates and the ones that I brought back. I still have stuff at the other point of interest, and I still have lots of stuff I left behind. So if I start over in the wipe, spending some time just going through a lot of crates and just bringing some stuff back, you can find some really cool stuff there. So I think that's really cool. So that is it. I finally found the I almost said Star Kitten, the Vanduul helmet. So how long did it take me to find that Vanduul helmet? Let me tell you. I started keeping track after my last video, looking through the red crates. Every time I found a red loot crate, I started to make a mark on a tally sheet. I'll put a picture of that tally sheet up here, and you can see every time I checked a crate, another tick down. 87 more crates before I found this Vanduul helmet. So it's out there. The mask is out there, but it is not easy to find. It is definitely a harder thing to find. I would say it was definitely easier to find this when you were doing something like the 50 kills. This is definitely, in my mind, a lot more work. Took many more days, especially since I wasn't able to play a lot per day. But I'm very happy to say that I did finally find it. It is out there, so you can find it, no problem. You just got to keep looking. So that is it in a nutshell. We're going to end here, and hopefully you found the Vanduul mask and you have not given up. So let me know in the comments below, have you found one yet? How long did it take you to find one? And that is it. Thanks again for your support. See you soon in the verse. Goodbye.